All right, guys, Adam Trigger here. It is Friday. It's time for another Major League Baseball free pick right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. But we're going to do something a little bit differently today because this is a 4% client play for me. And because I have so much up for sale for this weekend for today on the website, 4% football play, 5% college football play, 5% NFL, I said, you know what? Don't worry about switching the game. Let's just do this game, and I'll give my Major League Baseball play out for free. So if you found this video and you were looking for a free pick, this is actually a pick that I would normally sell on the site for $25. It is a 4% best bet. And happy Friday. We're going to talk about it and give it to you here for free. That pick is going to be Giants plus 1.5, minus 128. I was hoping for better on the price. I was really hoping we could get Giants more in the minus 120 range for that plus 1.5. But I like the play so much that I'm going to bite the bullet and, just risk a little bit of extra vig here to get down my preferred bet, which is Giants plus 1.5. So reason I like the Giants in this spot, couple reasons. One, I just love the way this team's playing baseball right now. If you go back to the Rafael Devers trade for the Giants, I was very vocal at that time that was a fantastic trade for them, that they would be a playoff team. I even made some futures correlated bets on that. Now, that Giants division bet's probably not going to win, but them to make the playoffs and to win the NL and to win the World Series looked dead for a while, but I think they're very much in play now. This team is 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've really played great for the last 3 weeks or so. And thanks to the Mets, who have now lost 6 in a row, suddenly the Giants here are just a game and a half out of a wild card spot. So this team looked dead and buried for months. I mean, go back to early August. This was a team that looked like they were kind of going to sell some pieces off and call it a day. Suddenly, they're just a game and a half out, 74-72, right there with the Reds, a game and a half out of a playoff spot. And this is a playoff series. Like let's just call it what it is. This is a playoff weekend for the Giants. Not only do you have your rivals in town, the Dodgers, every game is important. And I truly believe that you see a playoff caliber atmosphere by the Bay in San Francisco tonight. So, which only should feed into how well the Giants have played. I don't get into the whole good vibes, things are going well thing in May, because I understand the ebbs and flows of a season and how quickly that can turn. But when you are in the middle of September, when you're in the middle of September, you can see the finish line and you're playing this well. We've seen teams do this in the past and ride it all the way through the World Series. We've seen the Rockies do this a couple of times where they were essentially not contenders. They sneak into a wild card spot and they get all the way to the World Series, or they advance in the playoffs. So that's the feel I'm getting with this Giants team. And so I'll continue to look for spots to bet them. Now, here we get Justin Verlander. That's not that this year, that hasn't always been a good thing. Justin Verlander at age 42 is not the Justin Verlander that sometimes gets, has the price tag attached to his name. He's just not the same guy. And I think everyone can agree on that at this point. And I think you just have to accept it. With that being said, Justin Verlander, for a one-off start in September when he knows the season is on the line, that's the spot where I want to back a guy like Justin Verlander, because that's where I feel like you may actually get a vintage performance from him. And from a standpoint of understanding how to prepare for this game and not, the moment not being too big, there's nothing that's he hasn't seen in Major League Baseball at this point. So the magnitude of the start, not going to shake him. And you have a guy that has thrown the ball extremely well the last 2 times he's been on the mound. 11 innings in his last 2 starts, 0 earned runs, 16 strikeouts. And that's one thing where, this isn't the same Verlander, even from 2023, when he had that, very solid year, 1.13 whip, still looked like the Verlander of old at age 40. This probably isn't him, but he's still getting swing and miss a lot more than some other starters are in Major League Baseball. He still has great off-speed stuff. a really good curveball, and you can switch it up, keep hitters off balance. He doesn't give up a bunch of hard contact. He is going to give up fly balls, and who knows, maybe one gets out, but it's not like this ballpark is just super easy to hit the ball out of. So, yes, the Dodgers have a great lineup and certainly can exploit that, but I still think that he is coming into this spot, this type of game, the way he's pitched of late. I don't think there's any reason to think he can't be competitive here. Now, on the other side, you have the clear better of the two pitchers, Yoshi Yamamoto. But this is a big spot for him. I don't know that he's seen a spot of this magnitude this season. Of course, he pitched in the World Series last year, and he was part of a Dodgers World Series team. But it always felt in the playoffs like that Dodgers team, especially when they got to that final series, kind of had things under control. So here he's going to be going out. He's going to go out. He's going to be asked to start this game. I'm not saying it's the biggest spot he's ever been in. Of course, he's pitched in huge games in Japan his entire career. But, he comes off of almost throwing a no-hitter. That's always a red flag to me. Anytime a pitcher goes out, nearly throws a no-hitter, goes into the ninth inning, gives it up, throws 110-plus pitches. I believe he had 112. That next start, the next time, you don't always get the extreme length. You don't always get the tip-top sort of performance because getting through 9 innings of a no-hitter takes a lot out of you. Go look at Gavin Williams earlier this year when he took a no-hitter into the ninth inning, just like Yamamoto did against the Mets. I don't think he made it through. I think he was out in the 4th in his last start. We actually cashed a 5% play in that game with the Marlins. Gavin Williams got rocked. He was out of the game in the 4th inning. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to Yamamoto here, but I do think it's possible that he maybe goes 5 or 6. He's maybe not as lights out as he was in Baltimore over the weekend where he had the no-hit bid. And that's huge. If you're the Giants and you can get him out of the game in the 5th or 6th inning, even if he's got his shutdown stuff, which on paper, it seems like he has all the time, even if he's got that stuff, you're going to have a great chance to be competitive in this ball game with a Dodgers bullpen that just simply has not been great all year. And I still think that they don't really know what the roles are player to player. We saw it over the weekend, them blowing a couple of games to the Orioles. I just still think it's a shaky Dodgers bullpen unit, and you're going to get them on the road here. So Giants bullpen's been very solid. They've been one of the top units in baseball all season. When you add all of that together, Giants at home, huge spot, playoff type atmosphere. The one thing I'm really confident in, whether like it is picking a winner or a loser here, is that this is going to be a very competitive game. It's probably going to be a game that comes down to a timely hit one way or the other. And I just think with the way that these two teams sort of play, the ballpark, the fact that I think the total's pretty low here, like 7.5, or, you're dealing with a very low total where the books are suggesting that runs are probably going to be at a premium. I think you have to love the Giants plus 1.5. I think they have just as good of a chance to win this game as the Dodgers. But if you're going to give me that run in what very much profiles as a game that should be tight, that probably is going to come down to a timely hit, good chance that either way we're going to cash with that plus 1.5. So that's why I'm going the 1.5 route, and that's why I'm willing to pay even a little bit of extra vig for it in that minus 128, minus 125 to minus 130 range, locked in for clients. Giants plus 1.5, minus 128, 4% play. I have plenty up for sale, so don't worry. If you want to buy something, it's up there. 5-0 to start the NFL season. I've got a 5% NFL play as part of week 2 that is up on my page right now. College football tonight, I've got a 4% play that goes in college football, and that's on my page for sale. I just gave you the baseball play, and we'll have action all weekend. Great long-term special on my page right now. 30 days, all access, get you everything. AAA baseball, KBO, I'm 8-2 on my last 10 KBO games. Major League Baseball, college football, NFL. Great time to try out the all access because it's one of the few times in a calendar year where me personally, I've got a lot of volume because I've got 4 or 5 different leagues going on all at the same time. That doesn't always happen to me, throughout the course of the calendar year. That's kind of rare for me. But you're going to get a ton of volume during that 30-day stretch. So if you are looking for more plays in all different kinds of plays, KBO, AAA, MLB, college football, NFL, then it's a great time to try that all access special that's up on my page. You can get it at the link below. Again, hope everyone has a great Friday. Not even a free pick today. This is a 4% client play that you just happen to be getting for free. So let's go Giants. Should be a great game by the Bay tonight. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Cash all your tickets. Good luck this weekend. And we'll see you guys soon.